This, of course, is Peppermint, and I'm just having a nostalgic look. This was my operating system from the end of Peppermint 7 all the way up to Peppermint 10. Unfortunately, we lost Mark Greaves back in 2020, just before the pandemic. What a year that was. That was a horrible, horrible year. And to start off the year, we lost one of the greatest Linux gurus, a good friend who I never ever met, who nobody who knew him in the Linux community met in real person, apart from maybe a few, I don't know. But I wish to God that I met him in person, because this operating system for me just absolutely blew me away, and it did a hell of a lot of other people as well who used it, who were also close to Mark Greaves. I just in awe of this. This is what got me into XFCE. This is a mixture of Ubuntu, if you like, or LXDE. Yeah, LXDE meets XFCE. And everything just flies. And once Mark added his magic, he was just absolutely fantastic. Now, in normal XFCE, we have Window Manager and Window Effects, and they're both different packages. Mark thought, well, why not put them together? And so he come up with the Peppermint Control Center. So everything you need is in here. Desktop effects, they're all in there. Keyboard shortcuts, they're all in there. Keyboard and pointer, they're all in there. If you've got a touch screen or whatever, you can configure it all in there. Window Manager, there you go. Now I've put my own theme in on here, and it's a modern day theme. Here we are in 2025. This was based on Ubuntu 18.04. The theme that I've got was made, I updated it last year, 2024. So it just goes to show, whatever you chuck at this, it just works. And the only thing, of course, I can't get installed is dock-like taskbar that I use in XFCE Linux Mint. Unfortunately, this would need a big update. This Peppermint Control Center just goes to show how innovative, if that's the right word, I think it is, or the correct way of saying it, how innovative Mark was. He thought, well, why have them separate? Let's put them together. And so he did. Until this day, you can still install this. Or no matter what XFCE you are on, you can still install this Peppermint Control Center and have it still control your XFCE, because the structure and everything is the same. Just blows me away. Now, I've added some stuff. I added my own sort of stuff on here. So now, of course, the updates came on down. I'm thinking, Christ, this is 2018, the last Peppermint that Mark Greaves made. But the updates still come down. So it's 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. It's 2 years out of date, for goodness sake, of the amount of allotted time of 5 years that you get with long-term Ubuntus. And this operating system was the closest you'll get to Ubuntu. It was Ubuntu based. It wasn't XFCE, LXDE, and that just put together. Ubuntu was installed first. Ubuntu, the latest Ubuntu, Mark installed first, and he built XFCE and LXDE around it, and then got rid of Ubuntu altogether, and he just turned it into that. Do you get what I mean? Amazing. Put the two together, squash them together. What I'm saying is, you don't get this sort of innovation anymore with Linux these days. Okay, you got Linux Mint. They've got 3 different environments. They've got XFCE, their Cinnamon, their debut, their main environment, and you got Mate. Yeah, okay. The only innovative things that Linux Mint team do, they do make their own apps and stuff, and they do. And they've come an awful long way. and having to go over some hurdles of keeping away from like snaps and stuff like that. But what I'm saying is this was done by one man, one bloke only. He started back in Peppermint 6, and that was Ubuntu. That was Ubuntu based. But you could see where he was slowly heading. He was slowly heading away from Ubuntu altogether, but still having Ubuntu or LXDE at the forefront, or LXQt at the forefront of it. So it would boot with that, and also with opening stuff up and installing stuff as well. The speed, my God, the speed of this when it's on real hardware. This is in a virtual machine, by the way, okay? Because there's no way I'm going to install this onto real hardware and be online with it. This is in a virtual machine, so I'm safe, you know? I'm safe at the moment. Well, as far as I know, anyway. Very old kernel on here. What I'm saying is, you just don't get that sort of design anymore here in Linux. Mark Greaves just blew me away. I was part of the Peppermint forums, and he would be up to the early hours of the morning helping someone out. And of course, I was working nights at the time, back in 2019. I was on the forums as well, and I caught him answering someone, and we had a chat and would stay up to the wee hours. And he was still helping people with their queries, especially back then when we had nothing but problems with snaps. Snaps would not bloody work. They were missing stuff and that. I mean, on here we've got snaps and flat packs that you can activate. Snapd's already installed on here. We'll be getting rid of that as well. But they just didn't work, and they never worked for me either. I mean, I know they've come a long way now, snaps, but I still don't like them because of the past history that they've had with security. I think it was 2016, 17 was a bit of malware. Somebody had made up a snap, and a load of malware was caught on in there. And he turned round and said, well, I didn't even know. He must have known something. It wasn't me. Well, how did it get there then? How did that piece of malware get on in there? Did it just sneak in behind? What? How did it get on in there? Since then, and of course, GIMP was as a snap as well, and it wouldn't, all the dependencies that you needed for that would not install, and oh God, and we sent them away to complain to Ubuntu. To Canonical. We sent people away to complain to them. Yeah, it was crazy time. I'm going to add another panel. Okay, I'm going to do this. I'm going to add another one. I'm going to go with panel 2, and we're going to have it up in there. I'm then going to add the time up there, but I need to shrink this down a little bit. Now, see how different this is compared to today's panel. Unbelievable. So quick. This panel's so quick at doing stuff. And it's like with today's XFCE panels, you're doing everything the long way around. I'll show you for what I mean in a minute. Let me just move these on up here, because that's where I like them. I'll try and get these up as well. I have to control it. Control and that. No. Oh, come on. No, it ain't gonna have it. I will get you up there. Somewhere here. You have to be quite close on in. There we go. Right, we need to move that on up there. And then we move this up there as well. And I can turn them around by going in here. Bringing the clock down. We can then go on back into appearance. And look, we got alpha here. So you would click that if you wanted it transparent. You would click that and bring that all the way on down. I will need a darker background, which I'm going to change now. See, it's so different to your normal XFCE. I'm going to go for dusk. This is by Ray Billcliffe. Absolutely fantastic pictures that he brought on into Peppermint 7. Absolutely blown away, and Mark kept them all. Absolutely amazing. What? Well, I might get asked. I don't know if I will get asked. Why don't I use Peppermint today? Because Mark's not part of it. That's why anymore. He's not with us anymore. There's no more magic. Yeah, they're great programmers over there, and they're doing well and whatever. And I wish them all the luck in the world. But because Mark isn't around anymore, he's not with us anymore. That's why I don't use Peppermint of today's Debian version of it. And no doubt it's really, really good. And no doubt, they're doing really well on over there. But it's because Mark isn't around anymore. There's no magic anymore. I expect they put their own magic onto it, but do you get what I mean? I hope you do. All I've got to do is just bring this down a bit and it can go on over to that there corner, hopefully. There we go. Like so. Number of rows is 1. We can lock the panel there. There we go. Lovely. It's little things like this, it's like, wow. And of course, this is different as well. This is in wallpapers. This is not backgrounds like you get in XFCE. It's completely different. It's the same as Ubuntu is. They have their own like wallpapers, and you can change how you want it. You can have it zoomed, zoom fill. I don't know if it's doing anything actually. Centered. Scale. Oh, you got to apply it first. See, that's we'll have it zoomed. Zoom fill. That's come down a little bit, hasn't it? Could have it centered. Like so. If we really wanted to. Could have it scaled. There we go. Scaled up to the screen. It's amazing. Absolutely amazing. There's other bits of magic on here as well. You might be thinking, well, that's a really big mouse cursor you've got there. Yeah. And instead of it being all, I don't know which background to go for here. There's this one as well, isn't there? That's kind of dark. That's kind of nice. Bit of Gismondine. It's a nice one. It's a ladybird. Amazing. Pictures, Ray Billcliffe. Done. Oh, there is some Peppermint ones. I can't remember his name now who done these. I've got the whole collection of these ones. These are scaled. Let's, give it zoomed. Oh yeah, that is it. Yeah, I can't remember who he was now. Oh, he's a big photographer and he makes backgrounds on up as well as, and then there's this one, the default one that comes with this. But yeah, I'm gonna go for the alternative. I think we'll go with that. Nice. So you can also go into preferences and view options. You can have a list or icon. Name ascending and all that. It's amazing. There you are. That's where the directory is. It's these little things. Yeah, I'm going to be different, Mark said. We'll be different from your normal XFCE. I'm going to write a program. To put his magic was just absolutely amazing. What else we got here? We got advert blocker. All you do is click that, put your password in, it'll be activated, and it will write a script to your host file, add stuff to your etc. host file, so that many advertising servers and websites will not be able to connect to this PC. You can choose one service or combine multiple services for more advert protection. Blocking ad servers protects your privacy, saves you bandwidth greatly, improves web browsing speed, and makes the internet much less annoying in general. Do you want to proceed? I'm going to say yes. And you can pick out who you want. So there's someone who cares. .org, and he's still at that address, and of course this will be up to date. So you just click that, click OK, and it's going to load it. Your settings have been changed. There you go. Absolutely amazing. What else we got? You got R&R, of course. Customize look and feel, completely different to what XFCE is. Of course, I'll put my Orcus Grey Dark in, and it's just working beautifully. And the colour, yeah, you can pick your own blooming colour out on here. You use customized colour scheme. You can add your own colour scheme to what you want. You don't get that in XFCE so much. Not so formidable Also, when there's your icon theme, and you can either install one from here, just click install, and it'll unpack send it to the path where your target's file is, and it'll install it. But it'll only do it locally instead of throughout, which is in the root folder. Mouse cursor, you can pick out your mouse cursor. Okay. The only thing that's missing here is the size of it. So what do you do there? Well, come on into settings, and this is an app that Mark wrote called Cursor Resizer. He wrote this himself. So I've put it up to level 3, which is about the size of 41. Yeah. Default is 1. 3 is about 40. Yeah, about 41 in size. There was another thing that he done, and that was a cursor finder. You push Control M, I think. Was it Alt and M? I think it might be Alt and M. Oh, Control Alt and M. Is it not on here? Maybe it's not working. But it would glow up red, so you can find your mouse. Okay. Maybe. Pretty sure it was that. It might have been N. I can't remember now. Let's see if it's in here. Let's we can go to Peppermint Control Center. There's DPI settings on here which are separate. Here's the settings panel. Absolutely fantastic. There's tweaks. Reset panel to defaults, so I could just reset all that back to default again. Advert blocker, deconf editor. Enable, disable Neo Fetch, because Neo Fetch is already in here, and you can just set it on up. Hardware, it might be in here. No. Network system. I really can't remember. Panel preferences. Customize. You could do. I've got rid of Numix now. You got login window settings. We've just got to put our password in. Of course, it's Slick Greeter that they got on here. Of course, it's set up with his own. Oh, Papyrus. Instead of Papyrus, he had his own Papyrus as well for, of course, Peppermint. So I'm going to go with that. I'm going to go with my theme here. It's a shame we haven't got the pointer. Bio users. He has got guests on. We have to, these settings require a computer reboot to take effect. That's fair enough. Settings, that's all right. It's all on auto. Amazing. That's all saved now. Slick Greeter. So much better than your normal light DM. I think so anyway. I've been, amazing. Colour. Use customise widget. There we go. You also got your colours in here as well. This is what it shows you what it looks like. Radio button, check button. What it'll look like in your theme that you're installing. And this is what you get in or used to get in Ubuntu. Now they've gone LX cute, haven't they? They've gone with the cute thing. Font you just change it on around. I was going to change this actually to Monaco regular. Was it Monaco? Yeah, no, not Monaco. What's it called? Oh, I can't remember now. Does begin with an M though. Oh, what's that one? Roboto. That was it. Roboto regular, and I'm gonna have it at 12. And because I've upped now looks good. Now all of these themes he made up himself as well. He made up the backgrounds and the window themes he made up himself. A lot of people will say, well, it's very outdated now. Really? I don't think so. I think they still look bloody cool. You had a mixture here. You had arc. You've got arc, dark, and all that. He gave you loads of colours for you to go on through. And there's no undershoot lines like you get in Linux Mint with their themes. There's none of that here. I've just got to apply what I changed. We'll have a look in there now. Massive now. That's pretty good though. If we go to font, we've got full. You can have it slight or medium. I usually have it on none, on the hinting part of it. Not much difference really. Until you reboot, I think. I'll go back to 4 again. But yeah, I love it. Absolutely love it. I miss it. I miss the hell out of it. I miss Mark so much. I wonder what he would make of today's Linux with Wayland and that coming on in. He probably would have been at the forefront of that and would have been able to have introduced it here in Peppermint if he was still alive. He'll just do it. He'll just introduce it. He'll read up on it and just do it. That's what I reckon. I reckon he'll just get it going for XFCE. XFCE people will say, yeah, wow, thank you so much, and away you go. You'll have Wayland and best of both worlds, and I think he would have sorted out all the apps as well to run properly with Wayland out of the box. I think he would have done that, you know, because he loved helping people. That's how he was. He just loved helping people. He didn't want anything in return. He wasn't that sort of bloke. He just wanted to help people, and that rubbed off. I can't speak. It rubbed off on us as well, who were helping people out in the forums. He would move heaven and earth to help you if you had a problem with Peppermint, you know. Absolutely amazing he was. There was another thing that they added, Pulse Audio Equalizer. Look at this. There it is here, and you can have whatever, you could save it. You can keep your settings, apply your settings and all that. Don't get that now. I can actually install that in Linux Mint. The latest Linux Mint, I can install that. But not that version. I can't install that version. Because I don't use Pipewire. I hate that. I hate Pipewire. Bloody weird Pipewire. What was I going to do? Yeah, what I was going to do was get rid of all these here. We'll remove all this. Apart from, I'm going to bring this panel on down. Now, I saw a video last night. There was a video last night about a guy who actually installed a Fedora version of XFCE, and he said how ugly it was and why would you want to go with this? It's X11, there's no Wayland support and all that sort of thing. Well, this is Peppermint, and it's based on XQ and XFCE, and it's what got me into XFCE. There's no fancy effects like you get in KDE, GNOME and Cinnamon. There's none of that. It's just there, straight to the point. Now, I must admit, when you first install XFCE, whether it's Ubuntu or just download XFCE into the environment that you're already currently using, from either Synaptic or from your whatever package manager you're using, it looks absolutely foul, doesn't it? But it's that simplicity of it, but then you've got the customization that you can do with it. In fact, it's more customizable than your KDE. Okay, KDE's got loads of effects and whatever. It's since we moved to System D and all this snap shite and everything else, and GTK keeps going up all the time. Well, now what? GTK 4's being introduced now. GTK 2 was really light. And this is based on GTK 2, but I think we were just getting into GTK 3 as well. But GTK 3, when it first started, was light. When it started, but other stuff started getting introduced onto it. And in XFCE anyway, they keep tweaking around the panel, right? We're going to panel preferences. As I'll show you what we have to do now. If I want to alpha, yeah, we got alpha here. I can make it transparent. Yeah, straight away in this particular version. Today's panel settings in XFCE, you've now got to come down into solid color, go into there, and along the bottom here is the opacity line. That's what is in the latest, yeah? And so you've got to bring that all the way on down. How stupid is that? You've got to bring it all the way on down to the end instead of just having an alpha like they used to. Why they changed that, I have no idea. I think it was at the end of I think it was at the end of 1804 actually that they changed that around. Getting into I think it was 2004 that they changed that around. Something like that. God knows why. I really do not understand why they done that, but they did. It's simpler just to come on into panel preferences, go into appearance and just do that with your alpha. Now, if you were to keep if you were going to do this, all of your, whatever you've got on there, it will go completely, yeah? Which means everything will disappear. We don't want that. So what I am going to do is shrink this on down. I'm going to keep it down at this end. So we'll do that, and it brings it down to there. We bring it right on down. I'm then going to increase the length of it. It goes up to 128. That'll do us. I can then unlock it. Can't seem to move it. There we are. Move it on over here. There we go. Now I have got my own. I haven't brought it on over as of yet, but it's that sort of thing that you can do. Well, this is now transparent as well. It's meant to be. Yeah. If I have that right on up, it looks ugly because there's two windows, one behind each other, which is so. There we go. So that looks better now. We can close that off. I think it was pinball that I asked to be added here in Peppermint 10. This is Peppermint 10 Respin. This came out on the 10th of the 12th, 2019. And that was the last day that I spoke to Mark before full release of this. I thought he'd gone on holiday. I really did. I thought he'd gone on holiday. I thought he had, gone on holiday, gone away for Christmas. That's what I thought. I didn't know that he was ill. He was still helping people while he was ill. He ended up going to hospital. I didn't even know. We didn't even know what had happened. He was a very private person. I mean, that's fair enough, You got like little games like this on here. You got Mahjong, pinball, solitaire, entanglement, better than chess on here as well. The pinball game, I believe, is what I asked to be added. Let's see if we can get it going. Be quite slow because it's opening up. Oh, hello. Not found anymore. That's stupid, isn't it? This wasn't it. This wasn't the installer. I swear it wasn't. I don't know how the hell we close this down. I've never seen this before. I don't remember this. Gordon Bennett. Let's just shut down a minute. So here I am in Linux Mint, and this is DocLight taskbar. This is my new computer. I'm using it as my daily computer now. My other one's been put away. That's also got Linux Mint on it. I'm keeping that because that become a spare gaming PC in case my main gaming PC with Cache OS on it, XFCE version of course, decides to go belly up. At least I've got a spare one in case of. And of course I use Nemo as well, like Peppermint does here in XFCE. I just love XFCE. I mean, I used Cinnamon for a little while, for about a month or two, and yeah, I liked it. It was okay, but I missed being able to customize the how out of what I got. I ended up having to put on in Plank because Plank works brilliantly inside of Cinnamon Desktop. It also works all right, probably in KDE and in Mate as well, probably. I don't know. Have that in like that. I'll do for now. But there you go. So look, this video's gone on way too long. It's been over an hour now, I think, or more. This is just a nostalgic look at the wonderful world of Mark Greaves' Peppermint. How it used to be. I miss it. I miss him an awful lot. There will be no one else, I don't think. I like him, you know. He just put magic into everything he touched in the Linux world and in his life as well. That is it from me. Thank you very much for watching. Bye for now.